Hi guys, my name's Nina Robertson and I'm here to make my final application video to come work at BookTalk, and I'm a little bit nervous and the sound quality is not the best, so thank you for your patience and bear with me if you don't mind. So I have third year standing at Concordia University here in Canada, and I've studied primarily creative writing and design for performance. I'm just taking some time off before finishing my degree, and I'm preparing a portfolio to transfer into an intensive creative writing program. Um, Currently, I work in the Vancouver film industry in the art department, and um, my job is a combination of kind of building imaginary worlds and taking them apart, and working at a furniture moving company, and also kind of organization, administration, coordination, and team management. And although I really like the creative aspect of my current work, I'm really yearning for something that has a little bit more depth and meaning to it, and wanting to move my career into a field that aligns better with my values, and to be working with children and in relationship. Um, and yeah, so I'm hoping I can bring, all my creative and storytelling experience to Book Talk and help facilitate um, storytelling and the love of books there. Um, so my ideal start date would be the week of June 10th, I think, um, in that range anyway. I have some flexibility though to meet, um, yeah, just to be flexible to whatever your needs are. When it comes to salary, my hope is for somewhere kind of within the range of the industry standard. And so from my research, that looks like something between 18 and 22,000 Hong Kong dollars per month. Yeah. And then why do I want to come and work at BookTalk? That, I guess, is a bigger question. I have touched on it a little bit, but I think, I mean, I want to be working with children. I really want to be in Hong Kong. I, um, storytelling is deeply integral to who I am, and what I want to be doing with my life. And it was extremely empowering as a young child to learn how to tell stories and learn how to be self-expressive in those ways, and to build relationships and to build connections with people through stories. And I think it would be an honor and a privilege to work in a community that has the goal not just of teaching language, but also teaching kids how to um, engage with stories, and all of the joys and wonders that come from literature and children's literature and storytelling and community. And um, yeah, I maybe have strung myself out there a little bit. So I'm gonna try and read to you today this book. It was one of my favorites when I was about 4 years old, and I've held on to it ever since. And yeah, so get the trying to get me and the book into the camera at the same time is a bit of a challenge, but we'll go for this for now. One bright summer evening, Anna played in the park. She sat on the back of Alexander, the old stone lion, and fed supper bread to the pigeons who landed on Alexander's ears. She dipped the long, thin crusts into the pond, waiting while the goldfish swam closer and closer until she saw the park lamps glowing and knew it was time to go home. Anna ran past the rows of dark houses till she saw her home in the grayness, and someone in a red sweater waving at her from the stoop. They almost came today, Anna told Mamma. The fish almost came and ate the bread from my hands. From her window, Anna heard the sparrows calling good night to each other, calling from the 3 tall trees nobody could climb. She watched the shadows creep up the tall buildings and hide the trees, the street, and the city in the dark in the night. Inside it was still bright, and then Papa turned out the lamp, so it was night, inside and outside. Downstairs the musicians began to play a smooth, sweet night song that drifted into Anna's room. Someone upstairs heard it too and began to dance. In the dark, Anna listened to the dance on her ceiling till she closed her eyes and dreamed of night, of flying through the open window into the night outside. Ooh, Anna sighed, floating down past the windows, down past her sleeping house till her toes touched the cool, hard sidewalk. Up, she thought, and she spread her arms, flying higher and higher and higher, till she glided like a wild night bird over the quiet, empty streets. How easy, she cried. How easy it is to fly. The air tickled her arms and face, and the leaves of the three tall trees tickled her toes. All by herself, Anna flew through the night between the stars and the sky. I love this illustration so much. She soared over the wide, flat rooftops where pigeons sat resting in rows, nodding and winking at her. Come, she called, and up flew the tripplers and the tumblers, up flew the up flew the fast flying homers. My bad. Till the sky was full of pigeons, racing in fast, fast circles. Then Anna shouted, Follow me, and she led the flock, swooping and gliding behind her to the park and the pond. This illustration too is really pretty. I like this fish. Anna dipped low over the water, looking down at the goldfish, who looked up at her. I'm thirsty, said Anna. Flying makes me thirsty. So she stopped for a long, cool drink. A black-tailed fish swam near her and said, Swimming makes me hungry. Oh, sighed Anna, and I have no bread. The other fish came closer now, whispering softly to her, telling her their names, Flicker and Tassel and Billy. Suddenly, the pigeon stopped drinking and flew up into the blue-black sky. Goodbye, called the fish, and they swam to the bottom of the pond. Something's frightening them, thought Anna, but it wasn't me. There is no one in the park now, no one sitting on the benches, no one jogging around the pond. Along the paths, the park lamps made small circles of light. Anna stood in one of the circles and looked back out into the blackness beyond. She felt something stir behind her, and she turned to see what had chased everyone away. It was Alexander, real and wild, running down the path toward her. Hello, Anna, said the old lion. Anna ran to meet him and threw her arms around his large, fluffy head. Climb up, climb up, said Alexander, and they rode together past things that rustled in the bushes. Crocodiles? Whispered Anna. Lift up your feet, said the lion. The trees grew thick, and they rode under creatures that sighed from the branches and snatched at Anna's hair. Monkeys, called Alexander. Duck, Anna. At the end of the trees they rode through grass taller than they. Is this all in the park? Anna asked. Yes, said the lion, when you're with me. And he took her, where the water tumbled down and down and down. This is my secret place, said the lion. And he began to roar and roar. But all Anna could hear was the waterfall's voice roaring louder. Now, 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 now. Now, whispered the lion in her ear. Now it's time to go home. They rode back faster and faster until Anna let go and leaped into the air. "Look, Alexander," she cried, and the lion watched her fly up towards the stars and the moon. "Day, day, day," shouted the sun, leaping through the window, catching Anna asleep and waking her. "I flew," she whispered. "I really flew." And she sat in bed, remembering how it felt to fly, remembering a sky full of pigeons and a lion roaring by a waterfall. Then in came Mama, with a good morning hug and a good morning kiss and a piggyback all the way to breakfast. And after breakfast, Anna ran to the park, through the people and the pigeons, past the old stone lion sleeping quietly, to the wide, bright pond. And when she called their names, the goldfish came and nibbled the crust of bread right from her hand. I'm sorry I've gone a minute over. I'm looking forward to hopefully meeting you all. Take care.